How do we address the problem? And I want to just throw a few thoughts at you on that. One is we need to educate. Part of what we do in youth ministry is we need to educate teenagers as to what the church is. What does the Bible tell us about the church? How the church is supposed to function? What it means to be a part of the church? That needs to be part of what we teach. And we need to model that as well, so that the youth group sort of is a microcosm of the church, and they understand that this is only just a little bit of the church, and we need to be a part of the larger church. And we also have to educate adults about what teenagers are facing. So as youth pastors, we have this great opportunity to communicate through newsletters or for whatever means, to communicate to the congregation what are teenagers going through today that makes it very, very difficult to be a Christian, as well as communicate what are great things that is going on in our youth ministry where teenagers are really coming alive in their faith, so that people of all ages see not only what the challenges that a Christian teen faces, but the joys that a Christian teen experiences. So we have to educate on both sides of the equation. Teenagers have to understand what the church is, and the church has to understand what teenagers are. And then we need to seek ways to connect, to integrate, to include youth in all areas of the church. And that might be that we start coming up with some creative programs that bring together different age groups. That we say, hey, let's bring this generation and this generation. Let's have a dinner every couple of weeks or every couple of months, or something or other. Let's do intentional things. Let's set up some programs. Let's do some activities or whatever. Intentional ways of bringing together different generations. Let's work to integrate. Let's talk with our church leaders about how do we get our teenagers involved in aspects of the life of the congregation that they're not already involved in. If you're in a situation where it's sort of semi-integrated or not at all integrated, where can we involve teenagers in the life of this congregation in a meaningful way, and have the expectations of them that they are going to be able to do what anybody else can do. In America, we have low expectations of teenagers. I don't know how many of you have read the book. It's a number of years old now, Do Hard Things. If you've not read it, you should read it. Written by two guys who were teenagers at the time, and said, basically, we're saying we don't have high enough expectations of teenagers. We're capable of far more than and they look at it historically. It's really cool. Relationship building, we've got to foster, and I already sort of touched on this, find creative ways to foster relationships across generations.